go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his praying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name.
Good morning, Grand Rising, whatever fits.
OGEbeats.com.
Hare Krishna. At this point, it's all Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga, Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga, Nityananda 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 Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga. Chaitanya, Shri Krishna 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 Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Purchase
Krishna
your
Krishna,
tracks today.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare All right, turn your mics on. Let's chant some japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Oh,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Oh,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
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 Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari,
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hari
Krishna,
Rama, Hari
Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hari
Rama,
Hari, Hari Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari
Krishna,
Hari,
Hare
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare,
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna,
Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Nityananda,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Rama,
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Nityananda,
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Nityananda,
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Nityananda,
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Nityananda,
Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, Sri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya, Sri
Hare.
Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Chaitanya, Sri
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya, Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Oh,
Rama.
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Prabhu
Chaitanya,
Nityananda, Prabhu
Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri
Nityananda,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Chaitanya,
Prabhu
Shri
Sri
Nityananda,
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Prabhu
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Sri
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Chaitanya, Shri
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna,
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Chaitanya.
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama, Hare
Sri
Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Sri
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya, Sri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Sri
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Rama
Krishna
Sri
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama, Hare
Sri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Sri
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare. Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare.
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Rama Hare
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 Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare,
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Jaya
Rama,
Jaya
Rama,
Sri
Hare
Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri
Shri
Chaitanya, Jaya
Chaitanya,
Nityananda,
Nanda,
Jaya Sri
Jaya
Advaita
Shri
Chandra,
Advaita
Jaya
Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta
Jaya Gaura Bhakta
Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Gaura
What a crazy bunch we are. Whoa. Ah, all right. So let's see here. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam. This is 10th canto, chapter 52, which is which is called Rukmini's Message to Lord Krishna. Shukadev Goswami said, oh, Jai Srila Prabhupada, thank you so much for writing this wonderful book, translating it and purporting on it. Shukadev Goswami said, my dear king, actually Acharya Dev did this part, so thank you very much there, Acharya Dev. Great service. Shukadev Goswami said, my dear king, thus graced by Lord Krishna, Mukunda circumambulated him and bowed down to him. Then Muchukunda, the beloved descendant of Ishvaku, exited through the mouth of the cave. So Muchukunda was woken up. He was actually fighting for the demigods. See, the good versus the bad, you know. He took the side when the demigods were fighting the demons, kind of like now. You know, you could take a side, and Muchukunda did. And boy, did he fight, man. He fought good. And he was exhausted. So they asked him, okay, you fought for us, and they probably won at the time. So what do you want? We're going to give you a boon. He says, I just want to go to sleep for a while. I'm tired, man. This is a long battle. So he went to sleep, and then Krishna in Krishna Lila woke him up. Woke him up to kill some demons, you know. So he woke him up, and he had another boon. If anybody would wake him, fire would come out of his eyes and destroy the one who woke him. Yeah, so anyway, this demon, Lord Krishna, being omniscient, he lures him to Muchukunda, who's sleeping, and the demon kicks Muchukunda, wakes him up, and the fire burned him up. So that's it. So it starts there. Then Muchukunda, the beloved descendant of Ishvaku, exited through the mouth of the cave. Seeing that the size of human beings, animals, trees, and plants were severely reduced, and thus realizing that the age of Kali was at hand, Muchukunda left for the north. Yeah, there was a time when people, the inhabitants were actually taller, bigger, everything. Everybody lived longer, were actually bigger. And even at Lord Krishna's times, they were like 7 foot tall or something, you know, a lot larger, you know. So everything is reduced in this age of Kali. The sober king beyond material association and free of doubt was convinced of the value of austerity. Absorbing his mind in Lord Krishna, he came to the Gandharbhananda mountain. Thus, he arrived at Bhadrakashram, the abode of Narayan. Who were remaining tolerant of all dualities, he peacefully worshipped the Supreme Lord Hari by performing severe austerities. See how hard it was? You have to tolerate all dualities. He was convinced of the importance of austerities. Krishna gave him that intelligence. And he went and performed austerities to get cleansed and purified. But in this age of Kali, Lord Chaitanya is given an easy way. See, associate with devotees, and look, we get purified like this. This is our austerity. Can you imagine? This is the perfection. This is the perfection of what you read about in Lord Caitanya's Leela, to be able to actually manifest this kind of purification of just the Lord awakening our hearts. We actually truly receive the boon of Lord Caitanya and his mercy. We're actualizing it in this world. I haven't seen anybody else. Everybody else is doing the Muchukunda shuffle. Muchukunda, Muchukunda, austerity, renunciation, all that stuff. Yeah. See, he was convinced. Lord Krishna gave him the intelligence, convinced of the path of austerity, right? tough path, go in there, tolerate all dualities like the mother of Kapila. Follow that path. But Gohari, is he convinced of the value of austerities? No, not at all. As he drinks his little sip of coffee. No, I'm not convinced. Lord Caitanya convinced me of his path that he brought here. You notice? So see, what did Krishna say about Bhagavad Gita? I'm the intelligence of the intelligent. Yeah. See, so he's, he gives his devotees in this Kali Yuga, if you found the real path, if you found the royal road, if you found the real incarnation and his intentions and his way and his path, see, that's what is being preached here. That's why people get love of God so easy. You think you guys deserve love of God? You think Gohari deserves it? No. He just gave me the intelligence to understand his mission. No wonder probably I was so happy when he came in that lucid dream, because I was actualizing it, man. I was into Lord Caitanya, man, ecstatically worshiping him and conveying this to others, and they're all, getting ecstatic and crying, and he came smiling, man. Has my full approval. Do more of that. See, that means it's authorized. Yeah. And what a wonderful path, man. Just come into the association of ecstatic devotees who have gotten the gift of Lord Caitanya. He's given us his transcendental body. Come into this association. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's come into this association. Yeah, if you just come into this association, then and this is the way the Lord works. He started with Jesus and then just made it more clear with Lord Caitanya. Jesus comes, and by his association, the 11 people that stayed with him for 3 years, what did they get? Ecstatic devotion. Lord Caitanya, they got, the Holy Spirit, ecstatic devotion. That's the same thing. See, it's pure. It's Bhakti Devi. It's the purest substance in this universe. If you can find it, it's like finding gold, very pure and very very valuable. And more so, much more. Yeah. What was my point? God, it was a good one. Anybody remember?
The Chaitanya didn't come to bring austerities.
Yeah. So we know. See, the Holy Spirit. See, it's always the same way. See, somebody has to have it. Can start with one person. Usually starts with one person. They're so special, specially sent here. They're like liberated souls. Hardly come. Why would a liberated soul want to come to this place unless for preaching? So they come here. One person, Jesus comes, right? He's empowered with the spirit of closeness with God. Holy Spirit, same thing. Okay? And then by his association, they got purified. You're cleansed by the word I spoke to you, he said, right? That's the path of Bhagavatam preaches. By regular classes in Bhagavatam, right? The words, coming from the truth, absolute truth. Truth will set you free. Pretty amazing, huh? That's pretty deep, this truth thing, huh? Truth will set you free. Bhagavatam is the example, is the book form of truth, and the devotee is the person form of truth. You get those together, man. Oh boy, do you got a tango going, man. It's a real cha-cha, man. Cha-cha-cha. See, it takes two. You want to dance, you got a partner, man. Man, Bhagavatam and the devotee, man, together, man. You start liberating souls, man. That's what we do here, man. That's the way it works. It's always worked like that. See? So Lord Caitanya appeared in this age of Kali, and he said, okay, you're devotees who have love for me, I'm giving myself to you. Well, he has actually already gave himself. If you can love Krishna, love God, love Lord Caitanya, The Lord has given you that ability because everybody's a Sudra in this age, especially this age. Most are demons. We come from a demon class. See, but if you get the mercy of Lord Caitanya, overcome all of that, all the modes, even goodness. You could be in a demon body. Prahlad Maharaj preached to anybody. He could preach to the demigods, and he was in a demon body. Why? Because he was a devotee. He had real devotion. That's what it's all about. That's the essence of truth. Devotion, 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 man. Without it, don't you hear the song every morning? You leave this planet without devotion, you failed. You're a failure. See, you're cut. So we don't want people here leaving without bhakti, devotion, man, which reveals everything. It reveals true happiness. That's pretty nice, isn't it, Tom? To have our true happiness revealed. Reveals real purification, easy peasy purification. The Lord appears because you're his devotee. He's given himself to you. You've given yourself to him. Okay, that's self-realization. That's the highest samadhi you can find. That's better than any of these Mayavadis got. And the world, they're still praising these guys. I don't know why, but I know why. Maya's still got the upper hand. But we're the underdogs. Underdogs always win. You know why? Because we got the best truth. Better than Eckhart Tolle. Better than David Icke. Better than Trump. Better than Biden. And better than Klaus Schwab. Real truth, man. Pure, pristine, based on bhakti, right? Truth has got to be based on bhakti. That's the base. I tell you, everything I look at is more and more, everything I just see Krishna and everything, man. It's like, it's all preaching about Krishna, I'm going to do some TikToks, man. Some of these things I see on TikTok, it's so amazing. But everybody's in Maya and can't see it. So we got to make our comments. One lady was praising the man. She was praising a guy, about the male. The male he's the king. He needs a queen, and all that. I said, yeah, that's true. Otherwise a man without a woman is nothing. But what kind of woman is the best? The devotion.
She needs to be devoted, yeah.
Yes, you got to be the devotee. You got to be the devotion. We have to have the devotion, because without devotion, you're not a real man. See, what would Krishna be without Radha, without devotion? He would be unhappy. He would feel incomplete, right? So he knows that's what the teaching is here. The teaching is to realize whether you're a man or a woman, devotion is the completion for the soul.
He hides?
Yeah.
When she's not there.
Yeah. No devotion, man. He's behind the bushes, man. You don't want him to stay behind the bushes. You want to go in the bushes with him.
Yeah.
And if you're really magnanimous and everything, you come out of the bushes and you show the world what real true love is. Yeah.
Both are needed for the dance.
Yes, true. The Lord returned to Mathura, which was surrounded by Yavanas, which was still surrounded by Yavanas. Then he destroyed the army of barbarians and began taking their valuables to Dwarka. Wow, the Lord was really acting like a Kshatriya. See, that's what they did back then. They when they overcome the army, when you win the battle, you go and you pick the pockets of all those dead people. What are they going to do with their wealth, man? Just take it. They can't use it anymore. That's what our what do you call our relatives do. when we die, right? They pick our pockets, you know. What are we going to do? He can't take it in death. See? Now, there is one thing you can take in death. That's why this is the supreme value that nobody knows, that Maya is always trying to hide. It's this devotion. This is the supreme jewel. This is that pearl of great price. It's a pearl of great price because you can take it with you. It's the only possession. What do you think Jesus was talking about? He says, "Don't store your valuables where moth and dust will corrupt them." See, your values is this bhakti, this relationship. That's what he had, isn't it? People don't know who is Jesus. He's a person who had an intimate relationship with God, and he transmitted that to others. That's called guru. That's called a real magnanimous and munificent person. That's a deliverer here in this world. Whether you're that person that comes or a disciple of those that come, like St. Paul and St. Peter. See, they're saints. They're fishermen made into saints. See, so the Lord was surrounded by barbarians. Well, he's still surrounded by barbarians, man. He's still. So there, let's see what he does here. The Lord returned, surrounded by Yavanas, and he destroyed the army of barbarians and been taken their valuables to Dwarka. See, and so actually, see, this is also a symptom of how the Lord did it then. See, he killed bodies, but what is this signifying? He destroys barbarians. In Kali Yuga, Lord Caitanya comes and destroys us barbarians. You know this? We're barbarians, man. I'm still pretty much a barbarian bodily. But he's taking the valuables to Dwarka. What is that? That's the only valuable thing to the Lord. You think it's trinkets like that? No, valuables is the devotion. He takes that to Dwarka. See, that to the spiritual Dham. He takes us to the spiritual Dharma. That's the meaning of this pastime in relationship to the Kali Yuga avatar. He's taking us to Vrindavan, even a better place than Dwarka, man. He's collecting the value. All the barbarians he conquers. How does he do it? Aha. That's our work, man. We're here to conquer you barbarians out there, man.
False ego.
And yeah. False ego, you know, conquer the barbarians, and then take the valuables to Vrindavan. See, the valuables are the devotion. That's the only valuable thing. There's the only thing that has any value at all to the Lord. So we bring that. See, so the barbarian nature. All these biblical and Vedic pastimes are all talking about the same thing. The Christ was born in the barn. You notice? He was with a bunch of beasts. See, the barbarians, the beasts. We all got that, you know? And then, so the Christ is born in that. Now, if the Christ was not born amongst the beasts and amongst the lower class and the fishermen, there'd be no hope for us. We need this mercy. That was beginning with Jesus. Okay? And it's began again, was more clarified with Lord Caitanya 550 years ago, and now it's being revived again to take people from the Vaidhi Bhakti platform. It's still, you see, they still enacting like barbarians. It's like you cast your pearls before swine and food before daughter. What are you so ecstatic? What is this? It's barbaric, right? See, so that has to be conquered. So otherwise, you die a barbarian, man. You need to get this ecstatic love, and there's only one way, Jose. Oh, me, Jose? Yeah, you're all Jose's out there. One way, Jose, man. That's the association of those who have the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and that's all here. You don't come here, you stay. Look, we can see now. You look over at the Vaidhis, they look Vaidhi, man. they looked like they're dry, very less intelligent. I'm sorry, man, but that's the truth, man. Very less intelligent, intellectuals, dry, not tasting what we hear, and can't even see the glories of this. That's why this is the preaching, man. The preaching is the truth, set you free. The truth is your dry, man. And whoever will realize that is very lucky, because then you'll overcome your barbarian nature and will take your the devotion and place it in Vrindavan. See? We'll awaken that. See, that'll be your new way of purification. And you don't have to sit there and do it the hard way. Well, austerity, I'll do it the Muchukunda way, do the austerity. I go up there into the Himalayas or a holy place, and I'll tolerate all the dualities, of love and hate and anger and this. I'll just tolerate this and just, so that we're talking many lifetimes. Hey, no, this is easy way, but you got to come into the association of the real devotees here who have real bhakti. I mean, that's the frank truth. Otherwise, you miss this path. This is the way it was preached 550 years ago. People forgot that. They think now you can go to anybody that has an official position in the Varnashram system or in ISKCON. Oh yeah, just pick one of these 1,000 gurus and you're going back to Godhead. Well, that's less intelligent. That ain't clear. That ain't the way. That ain't systematic. That ain't authoritative. That ain't scientific. You want to change your vibration in Vrindavan vibration, you got to be around Vrindavan devotees who emanate. From them ecstatic prema emanate. You got to hear their words. By their words, ignorance is destroyed. What kind of ignorance is what they're believing in now? Everybody. They believe in some level of Maya, or you believe in Mayavadi, that you believe in Eckhart Tolle, that this is so much deeper, so much more real. This is so much more substance. What? This is your eternal position. You see right before your eyes, people acting in their position. You read about the glories of tasting the nectar in the holy name. Here you see the glories of tasting the nectar, because there you only read in a book and you don't pay it any mind. You don't even think it's important. All these ISKCON devotees don't even know that it's important to taste the nectar in the holy name like we do. Come on, man. Gee, Jago, wake up. This is the pinnacle. This is the summum bonum of the Bhagavatam. This is more. This is why Lord Caitanya came, to give this gift so that we could taste the nectar in the holy name. That's everything. Sanatana Goswami says, all glories to the holy name. Chanted in ecstasy, of course. All glories to the holy name. It's freed me from the hard work of even deity worship. Now, you know what that means? That means austerity, worshiping a deity by chanting 16 rounds or 1 lakh or 2 lakhs. The hard work of doing deity worship. See, it's not hard work anymore. Hare Krishna, tears come to the eyes, tasting the nectar in the holy name. Boom, purification is accomplished, and so much more. You're not even thinking of getting purified. You just enjoy hanging out with Krishna. And Lord Caitanya has given us the ability and given us the work to transfer this to others, to give this inheritance to other people. Otherwise, if you don't inherit this, you're going to work your butt off after many lifetimes, like Narayana Maharaj says. Oh yeah, many lifetimes, and you'll get that bhakti that we already have. He didn't have the authority, I guess, because he didn't do it, did he? Well, I tell you, I had that dream of Prabhupada has his full approval. Did he ever tell you that he has the full approval to give bhakti and devotion and transfer it to others? No, everybody, no. Well, of course he didn't, because he said he didn't. He said many lifetimes before you get prema. Gohari, we don't believe you. Oh, you don't believe that Prabhupada said that to me? That Krishna appeared and said, because of my second disciple, because of your guru, you got my darshan. You don't believe it. What, you don't believe that you see it? See, you see it working still. you see people still getting it, right? And more increasing, we still don't believe. Oh, I guess you're part of the goat class and not the sheeps. We're looking for the sheeps. The goats, if you're still less intelligent, what can be done? It's destiny. But we're still going to preach. Maybe we'll turn some goats into sheep. You never know. All you have to do is repent. Repent, change your mind. See, repentance means just change your mind. You know, change it from, I'm not eating it, I'm driving. These guys are wet. Let's go for the wet. See, wet food. You ever see, you give an animal dry or wet food. What do they like the best? Well, if it's a smarter animal, they go for the wet food. You know, there's juice in there. You see, that's Krishna. There's the meat or whatever they eat, and there's the liquid. See, that's the same worshiping Krishna. You want the dry food, the khichdi without spices and stuff? Well, go over there. Go over there and worship and believe in the speculations of dry teachers and gurus and sannyasis who don't have this bhakti. You're eating dry food. You want wet food, man? Well, that's here, man, because we're eating the body of the Lord, which is his name. That's his body, my friends. That's these verses. See?
We eat the blood as well.
Well, no, we drink the blood. We
drink the blood, okay.
Yeah. I was getting to that. Yeah. See, the blood is this ecstasy. See, this makes the food, the bread, more tasty. It's the butter. See, butter and bread. Isn't it funny? Even butter and bread shows when it's seen in the lens of the absolute truth of realization, it all represents Radha and Krishna. Everything does. See? So, the body of the Lord is his name and his pastimes, his qualities and all of that. See? That's the body and the drink. You have to drink. You have to have the ecstasy. See, ecstatic love, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship Krishna, that practically means when you chant the holy name in ecstasy. See, Lord Caitanya brought that path, didn't he? You chant the holy name in ecstasy. See, you're worshiping Krishna with loving ecstasy. And to them, I give them a real understanding. That's guru. Is simply the person who chants the holy name in great ecstatic devotion. They're guru. If you don't do that, you're not really guru. So you can look in all these groups here. I mean, if you're a real seeker of God, you're really looking for the truth. This is for you. This message is for you. If you're not, if you're looking for a position in a society, if you're looking for a prestige to be something special and big, you won't understand this. But if you're in those groups and you're looking for the truth, you're looking for Krishna, you want to find Krishna, okay? You have to go to those who found Krishna. See? Because then you get everything there in that association. Just like I said, you want to be successful in real estate? It's only you just find the right location, automatic success. Oh, you want to be successful in Krishna consciousness? Oh, it's association. Associate. That's why you see the Amy's, the Fannies. Just by their faithful association in this association, they get everything, don't they? Is Amy anything special? Is Lalita anything special? Is Johan anything special? Is Gohari anything special? No, we're just in the right association. Association, we get everything. Isn't that amazing? I just come here for the association and I get everything. Where's the austerities? This is the austerity. It's easy peasy. The Lord came to give us a gift. Here, no austerity. You want to do this. You have fun doing this. I have fun doing this. I have fun chanting the holy name. I have fun being close with God. I have fun feeling that closeness, that appearance. And it gets more so. I want more of that. That's my treasure. I was when I was chanting, I said, Lord, don't ever let me lose it. I just want to taste your name. I want to taste the glories of it more and more and more. That's my pearl. That's my power here. That's my power to do anything here, is that taste. If I lose it, everything's lost. That means I lost my relationship with the Lord. But that ain't going to happen. I ain't going to, I'm not letting that go anymore. That simple, my friends. And if you believe this preaching, and not blindly, you just come and just follow the instruction, associate. Come in this association for a month or two and see by your own experience if this is not real, more real than anything you've experienced, more true than anything you experienced, more true than being with 1,000 Jaipatakas or Radhanath. 1,000 of them. I am telling you, man. Well, I can't play the harmonia with the harmonica like Radhanath, but hey, man. Find out if that's true. What I say. You can always leave, but then again, you have to really want Krishna. Otherwise, Krishna is in the heart of everybody. He directs their wanderings. See? Jesus knew this. Jesus preached and preached and preached. He knew that who the Lord wanted to draw would hear his preaching and come. That's why he preached. That's why I'm preaching. I follow the same. That's why Prabhupada preached. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta preached. Whoever was meant to follow the path they preached is meant to come. We're doing a more tough one. They preached Vaidhi, right? Follow rules, regulations, ceremonies, kind of preliminary stuff, right? And this preaching is a bit different, huh? This is Shukadev Goswami preaching. Then more. This is Caitanya. I mean, still it was a bit of a tough path with Shukadev, man, and Prahlad. Oh, this Kali Yuga, man, got to make it more easy. Lord Caitanya came and said, Kali Yuga, man, people can't follow. That was thousands of years ago, the Bhagavatam. Yeah. Now the Kali is advanced even more since Muchakunda was here, right? So we need the Lord knew that we need an easier path. He said, this is the essence. For a long time, I've not given to the general populace this ecstatic devotion, this love for me. I'm going to do that as Lord Caitanya. You think that has stopped? The only thing that was stopped was the preaching of that mercy. That was it. Now we're preaching that truth. That truth will set you free. Oh, the truth is we have Lord Caitanya's mercy. We have ecstatic devotion by the Lord's mercy and by being in the real line and having this grace here. We can distribute it, and we do distribute it. That's the truth. What's the lie? You can get to Vrindavan through gurus who don't have devotion. Sorry, it's a lie. It doesn't work. It's not the formula. I'll prove it, man. Chapter 1 of Adi Leela on the spiritual master. By the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, love of God is transferred to others. Oh, well, we've already done that. We already showed that this is the living book. This is called devotee Bhagavat. Otherwise, you don't do this. It doesn't work. That's why it doesn't work. There's no devotee Bhagavats there. There's only the book, poor book Bhagavat standing there like the sword and the stone, but nobody can pull the sword of the Bhagavatam out except here, huh? So where's the real king? Who is the king of the jungle? The jungle's everywhere, huh? Is who can pull the sword of the Bhagavatam and slash Maya. Well, I think we've done a good job in getting more. We're slashing it more. What is this, too frank for people? What, do you want to hide an illusion? We'll go over there. They're good at hiding. Yeah, go believe in people that don't have ecstatic devotion like here. Go ahead and be like them with a nice sourpuss like that. We're looking like really tired from all that work you're doing. Don't come over here where we're enjoying life. Yeah, enjoy. You're not supposed to enjoy. Yeah, we're enjoying life. Real life is Krishna's name, man. Real life is Krishna's pastimes. Real life is discussing the absolute eternal truth and showing people where it's not at by showing them where it's at and then pointing out, you see, it's not there. Don't go into that hole there's no cheese in that hole, man. Yeah, come over here and eat the cake. We have birthday cake here. We're celebrating Krishna's birth in you. You want to eat birthday cake? Ask Lily, ask Janaki. She likes cake, right? Anybody's birthday, right? She eats the cake. Oops. What's going on here? Let's see. Oops. Oh, sorry. Let's see here. Hide. Okay. All right. We're back to the Muchukunda thing. As the wealth was being carried by oxen and men under Lord Krishna's direction, Jarasandha appeared at the head of 23 armies. See, under Lord Krishna's direction. See, we're the carriers. See, oxen. See, are you a slave of the Lord? Yeah, I'm into it, man. I'm sovereign under that shelter. I'm okay with that now. Otherwise, you're under his maya, man. You're a prisoner. I'd rather be a free man. They have this thing, River is into this, they call free man. They're not really free yet, are they, River? Huh? They're on their way. See, she's a free woman, man. She's found the real freedom, man. You could teach the free men and women over there how to be really free. See, you know why they're not free? Because they still are in ignorance. Ignorance of the truth. The truth is you're free when you're in your other half. The other half for us all is God, the true Lord, the source of all beings, who is known by different names. You're a free man if you're a devotee of Lord Ram and you have bhakti for Ram, devotion. You're a free man if you love Lord Shiva and you've got the boon of Lord Shiva. You're a free man if you're in Christ and Christ is in you. You're a free man if you're in Krishna and especially Lord Caitanya. Oh, you're really free. You know why? Because all ignorance is destroyed in that. All mansions in God's kingdom are opened up to those devotees. That's being free. You got to be free in the transcendental Lord. See, transcendence, transcendental. Otherwise, you're not free in the modes of nature. You never be free. You're not free in the mode of goodness. You devotees who have belief in austerities or renunciation, you're still not free in the modes of nature. You're not free in the mode of goodness, man. It's not good enough. You can't even purify yourself. That's not purification in the eyes of the Lord. Purification is Him. He is the transcendental Lord is the personification of purification, is a personification of true auspiciousness, not mode of goodness. Ain't good enough. We're to teach more than even Prabhupada taught, that just be a Brahmin and just be in Varnashram Dharma. This is for those who want to go on and go deeper into the truth, the being preached frankly, clearly. See? No, it's not good enough just to be a Brahmin or a sannyasi. Anybody ready to move on? You got to be free in the transcendental Lord. See? He reveals how to do that to those who worship Him as Bhagavad Gita in person and preach those conceptions, those realizations, those revelations that are in line with the transcendental truth. Taste the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is called tasting the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes, the transcendental, following the transcendental brings eternally fruits, but following the material, it only brings temporary fruits. It's dissolving.
Yeah, that's
It's
as
not
simple as
stable.
that. Yeah, simple as that. You want eternal fruits, you want immortality. Because once you get into that, once you come in the real line, see, this is the real line that goes into the transcendental. Otherwise, you're not even in line yet. If you're still believing in like varnashram dharma or regulative devotional service as the ultimate truth, it's a contamination for pure devotional service. It's a contamination for the transcendental love of Krishna that Lord Chaitanya brought. Where does it say that, Gohari? Well, right in Prabhupada's books. You can read it. Chapter 3 of Adi Leela, 3 or 4 in there. You'll see in a purport. Prabhupada says, Vaidhi Bhakti is a contamination for spontaneous devotion. We all know that. You could see that. Look at it. You know what the contamination is? Those you could be following Vaidhi Bhakti perfectly and everything, and like Jarasandha was. He was a perfect Vaidhi Bhakti, man. So was Devananda Pandit, perfect Vaidhi Bhakti, but he was contaminated. You know how you know? It's very simple. You see, Lord Chaitanya, he didn't pay him any mind, no respect, nothing. To the devotees, never so. He let Srivas, the spontaneous devotee, be dragged out of the class and thrown on the street. See, that's contaminated. Jarasandha was fighting Krishna, who came from Vrindavan, ecstatic Krishna, a spontaneous worshiper. Well, he was God himself, but still, he had spontaneous, he's the true form of the Lord. He fought against him. He was a perfect Vaidhi Bhakta, followed, worshiped Vishnu even, and followed the rules and regulations of God worship. Yeah, it's a contamination for what we're preaching. And the Vaidhis don't understand that. Why? Because you have to come into this association and you have to repent and say, well, looks like Goahari and his friends know more than me, more than us. They got ecstatic love. And if you don't admit it in this life and see it, if we don't convince you somehow or other, then it passes you by. Just like when Lord Chaitanya was here, not everybody got it. They died without this, and he was right there in Navadvip. Not everybody believed in Lord Chaitanya. If they were lucky, they believed in his followers. There was a king who saw Lord Chaitanya, and this is in Brihad, what is it? Not Brihad, it's in, well, anyway, one of the books, I'll remember it in a minute. There was a king. Lord Chaitanya was here, and then he left. And he used to laugh at Lord Chaitanya. He's so, everything. And the guy was a barbarian, dacoit, king, very bad person. He'd laugh at the Lord and everything. If he would have died in that consciousness, that's what he bound here. He would still be a dacoit suffering his, but he was lucky. You know what the luck was? One of Lord Chaitanya's devotees came by. It was Srinivas. See, Srinivas comes and preaches to him, and he surrendered. And then he got the boon. He could realize the glories of Lord Chaitanya through the real devotee. That's the secret. That's a secret for these Vaidhi Bhadikas to change. You have to find a real associate of Lord Chaitanya who has genuine love for Lord Chaitanya, and then you just change your mind. You realize, well, I didn't get the desired result of love of God, and they do. Now you're following the real Bhagavatam. You're an example. You're like the wives of the Brahmins, or the husbands of those wives that got the mercy of love of God, and you change your mind like they did, and then they got love of Krishna. But if you don't change your mind, you Vaidhis out there following gurus and teachers and glorifying Vaidhi Bhakti and Varnashram Dharma, and you die in that state, you don't get this. You're not following even the real Bhagavatam. That's why I preach this. I'm preaching real Bhagavatam. I don't care if you don't like it or not. I'm into the truth, man. I'm here to preach the truth for whoever wants to hear it. You know who you are. A lot won't. A lot of will, that's what Prabhupada said. He says, I shouldn't be preaching even Bhagavad Gita. It's for those who are non-envious, right? But if I don't take the risk and preach, who's the devotees won't come. And you think I'm any different? You don't think I'm preaching even deeper stuff. I shouldn't be preaching this. Yeah, they're right. I shouldn't be crying in public. I shouldn't be doing any of this. But the shoulds don't stop the risk. I take the risk for the welfare of the world. Be for the welfare of real devotees that are stuck in those groups who can't, everything being reflected to them is the illusion. The real book isn't being reflected by a real devotee Bhagavat. See, they got the speculating guys and they're reading the Bhagavatam, they're looking for Krishna. They're coming there to Krishna, and their gurus are all in the party line of using the Bhagavatam so that they can trump up and speculating and trump up their positions as being bona fide gurus, and they're just boneheads. They don't know the Bhagavatam. Otherwise, they would not be in the position unless they were a real guru who has real bhakti, man, and can deliver their disciples. But that's going on still. So there's some people looking for Krishna, and I'm talking to you out there. You know who I'm talking to. Are you stuck in these groups there? Do you feel there's something wrong? There's something very wrong in religion. Always been. You got to abandon all varieties of religion. And that means religious leaders and religious preachers who are materially motivated, because the Bhagavatam I preach is like chapter 1, second verse. This Srimad Bhagavatam, or this version here, is not materially motivated. This is not religiously motivated. It's not to make false followers. I don't want a bunch of people who want something other than Krishna here. This is for those who really want Krishna. See? Krishna knows who's ready to be delivered, because that's what's going on here. If you're not like that, go and believe in gurus who can't deliver you for a few lifetimes. Believe in lies and deceptions and deceit and speculation. You can't get out of that until you get the mercy of Lord Caitanya through his devotees. It's simple as that. This is a jungle here. This whole universe is a jungle with all kinds of animals in it, ready to tear you apart, to mislead you, misguide you. That's what Maya does. You got to find the association of devotees who have true love of Krishna, love of God. If you're love of Krishna, if you're a Vaishnav. Okay? It's the narrow gate. It's the door. There's a door. See? By regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the pure devotee. That's the door. The pure devotee, the purified devotee. They don't have to look anything special. They could be a Sudra. What does the Bhagavatam, what does Chaitanya Lila say and Bhagavatam? It says, if you know the science of Krishna consciousness, even though you're a low-born Sudra, you are a spiritual master. You've mastered the spirit, man. Because you know the science of Krishna consciousness. I tell you, none of these gurus understand the meaning of that verse. Because you can't know the science of Krishna consciousness unless you're Bhagavad Gita 10:10 in person. If you don't worship the Lord with ecstatic love, loving ecstasy, prema, you won't have the right understanding to enter the kingdom. You won't have the real transcendental knowledge to enter the kingdom. You will certainly not be able to deliver that knowledge and that understanding to others and bring them back too, because that's the real guru who does that. That's the mercy of guru. They could just keep it to themselves. Bhakti Vinod kept it to himself. He put it in the books. He even said, you can read Sri Krishna Samhita says the acharyas usually ascertain the confidential meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam and keep it for themselves, like Prabhupada did, like he did, like Bhakti Siddhanta did. They kept it for themselves. That's why you don't see ecstatic love of God anywhere else, because Gohari ain't keeping it to himself, is he? That way we got more ecstatic devotees here than you've ever seen anywhere. See, usually, well, it's not usual anymore. This is unusual, uncommon. Well, that's what you got to find. Those who are actual associates of Lord Caitanya, they have the magnanimity that the Lord has, right? They have that quality. They teach you what shouldn't be taught, right? They have the munificence to spread around that amazing grace that they have. They spread it around, man. Spread it on all the on all the bread out there, the dry bread. And you all know you're dry until you got the butter, right? Yeah. Okay, what else? Abandoning the abundant riches, fearless, but feigning fear, they went many yojanas on their lotus feet. When he saw them fleeing, powerful Jarasandha laughed loudly and pursued them with charioteers and foot soldiers. Okay, somebody else read a little bit. Continue on here. You want to read, Tom?
Yes, I want to read.
Go
Thank
for
you.
it.
Can you say the text number, please? Shloka number?
Let's see. Number 9.
9. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. When he saw them fleeing, powerful, Jarasandha laughed loudly and then pursued them with charioteers and foot soldiers. He could not understand the exalted position of the two lords. Apparently exhausted after fleeing a long distance, the two lords climbed a high mountain named Pravarshan, upon which Lord Indra showers incessant rain.
Yeah, that's pretty significant there. He could not understand the exalted position of the two lords. See, this is 10th canto. The whole thing about 9 cantos is to get you to gradually understand the position of Krishna and Balaram, right? The two lords, or Radha and Krishna. That's the whole point of studying the Bhagavatam. See? But you got to study it under the guidance of a self-realized soul to get there. See? Otherwise, even Jarasandha could not understand the position of the two lords. And he was a Vaidhi Bhakta. He couldn't understand the essence of Bhagavatam or the essence of doing Varnashram Dharma. You have to follow the procedure by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam. See, or by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. The love of God is transferred into the heart of those who are here. You get purified. See, this is the way. Could not, otherwise you can't understand the position of the Lord. That's the whole problem in ISKCON and all these other groups. All of them, I found, they do not understand the position of Lord Caitanya. Okay? Not this. Let's not talk Krishna Balaram. Let's talk Nitai Gaur. You need to understand their position. Their position is ecstatic devotees. They showed more than Krishna Balaram. They were more reserved. But Nitai, we're here to teach about the glories of Nitai Gaur. the glories of the Sankirtan movement, the glories of ecstatic worship, prema bhakti, to how to receive the gift quickly without a lot of troubles. See? If you don't come through this procedure and learn these very secret truths, very mysterious truths, very simple truths, then you won't understand the position of those two lords. I look at ISKCON, I look at all these groups, and I just see, hey, they don't understand the true position of Nitai Gaur. Why? If they did, they would be here, or they'd give respect. They say, wow, there's actually a Sangha devotees who are worshiping in the spirit and mood of Lord Caitanya and Nityananda, and are delivering people that spirit, but they don't. They don't understand the position.
Yeah.
But anyway, if anybody's in those groups and that really wants Krishna, really ready to sacrifice illusory teachings or mundane teachings or lesser teachings or speculations for the truth that we have already, you could get it. Otherwise not. It's here in this Sangha. Prove that it's somewhere else. I haven't seen, and nobody will, because they can't. They can't speak like this. They can't emanate like this. They can't transfer this to others. They can't do any of this. See, that's why I just make the truth will set people free. Somebody out there will want to hear the truth and be set free. They come in one by one. That's good, not too fast. Yeah. You just take shelter here, be rooted here, plant yourself here. You're planted in Vrindavan because that's the only destination here, man. That consciousness, it's one way.
So we need the devotee Bhagavat to take in the information, to be able to digest the information. Because when there is only the book, we cannot take it in. We need help of a
you need the vibration.
Of a resident of a realized.
You need the vibration. You need the consciousness. It's how it works in the world, man. People listening. You listen to people on YouTube, on Facebook. You're picking up their vibration. You're picking up their energy, their energy, their vibration, their frequency, and you tune into that. And that's what you get. That's why people learn from teachers. They want to pick up their vibration and their frequency to become like them. A rich person, you associate with rich people, you get rich. They teach this in books. They teach you go to seminars to get into that vibration of what they're teaching. See? So I'm teaching just the essence. I'm teaching the vibration of all vibrations, which is basically to get out of this material universe. Get out of this, not get out. You don't have to get out. You get out in your consciousness. You get out in your frequency. You're out. You're in this world, but not of it, man. You understand what Jesus said. I'm in this world. He was here to preach. He was here to relish. Lord Caitanya was in this world, but not of it. He was of the spiritual dimension, and he was here to taste and to preach, to deliver people. What do you think it's any different now? Because it's the same consciousness here. This is a transcendental consciousness. I'm not of this world because of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. He's changed me. He's changing you guys. You're all, and you just start to, not of this world. You're of the spiritual dimension, and you're here in the world, and you can help deliver others. You do the Lord's work. See, thy will be done on earth now, as it is in Vrindavan. That will was brought here, as it was in Mayapur, right? See, that's being done again. This is the will of the Lord. It's like when Jesus came to the lady at the well doing Vaidhi Bhakta. She was a Vaidhi Bhakta. Not a very good one, obviously, because she was cheating. She had 5 husbands. And he said, the Lord is looking for worship in spirit and truth. Lord Caitanya said the same thing. He says, Krishna is not satisfied with just that Vaidhi worship. He wants more. He wants more intimacy. And when we get a taste of that, we also want more. Of course, it's perfect. It's the way we're built. We're meant. We're just an illusion that don't know that. We'll never be happy in this world or any other world in this universe. There are illusions everywhere. But if you can find a devotee in their eternal relationship here, you found the spiritual world. You found the door to it. There's no other door. That's why they come here. They're called the saviors. You don't think you found savior? We're showing you found a savior here because you're being saved. People are commenting on all the time. Wow, I've been saved. It's opened my eyes and everything because you found a savior. And you become the savior for others too, because you go in the door, you become the shepherd of the sheep. It's always that way. The devotees who went in the door of Nityananda, they became gurus and spiritual masters and saved others. The Lord works through them devotees. So it's a family affair. Anybody interested in deliverance is here. Oh, how can you say that, Gory? There must be... Well, who else is saying that? Who else has got the kahunas to say the truth, if it's even there? And that doesn't count. Prabhupada was held back. Bhaktisiddhanta Bhakti held back such truths. Well, it's not holding back. The line is dumping it on the world again for whoever wants it. Whoever wants to, test it out. I don't want any blind believers, but come here for a month or two. Otherwise, don't tell me you want Krishna. Otherwise, you would be eager to find out what you could do. Well, who's speaking like this? Who's telling you such things? Who's giving such assurances? Don't you have any? I'm saying you come here. You probably, I can't say for sure because it depends on you. I don't know what you want. Maybe you want to be a big teacher. We had some of those, right? They come here. Ooh, I got some power. Let me go and be a big teacher. But if you want Krishna, there's no reason you cannot attain this relationship with the Lord if that's what you want. Look at Fanny. Look at Amy. What are they? They're great examples of not having to be anything special in attaining Krishna. Look at Lalita. Look at River. Look at so many. Look at Janaki. Look at Shamagori. Simple people. Because they want Krishna. Sincerely, they get Krishna. So if you're like that, there's no reason why you shouldn't date. Because this is the place, man. All ducks are in the row. You got the book Bhagavat. You got a devotee Bhagavat, obviously, because it's being proven. Go ahead, Tom.
So sometimes when I'm in another association, when I'm visiting people, sometimes I feel strong enough to bring on this topic, this connection, this Krishna consciousness, your name, this association. But sometimes I don't feel empowered.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I really want to become more strong, more empowered to bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel... it's like waves. Sometimes I feel empowered, and sometimes I'm not. It's
Well,
also
that's how it
like
is.
timing.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's a time to bring it on, and sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's it. So you work like that under the empowerment. I do the same thing. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's like, like the wind, like a sailor. If you're on a ship, right? You're on a sailboat. The sailor is looking for the wind to carry the ship.
Wow.
See? It's the same thing, devotees. And the spirit is like that. And you get attuned to this vibration. The Lord the wind will go in your sails and the boat goes.
Wow.
And then sometimes the wind is still. And then the wind is, so as a devotee, you understand the spiritual potency, how it works. Go ahead, Lalita.
It's the ecstasy that empowers you. It's Krishna himself. When I say your name, I immediately get a loading
Yeah.
of Krishna. Makes me continue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the way, you have a bona fide guru, you chant his name. Do you feel empowered? Do you feel the spiritual potency? See, that's the way it's supposed to be. What do you think? Jesus was teaching the same thing, was about the bona fide spiritual master. People don't know that in Vaishnavism. When Prabhupada was here, people were empowered, they were, and even now, there's some empowerment because he's bona fide, even though he didn't. Well, this is called shiksha. This is the details, the ins and outs. This is about Raghunuga Bhakti now, to move onto that platform.
Yeah, when Lalita says that, I feel, yeah, I really can feel it when we use your name, then it's like a switch turned on, and the atmosphere totally changes just by using a name or being as ecstatic. It's empowering the whole situation. Then it becomes the dam, the whole atmosphere changes
Yeah,
by
there you
using
go.
a name.
Yes. Yes, sounds good. Okay. Apparently exhausted after fleeing a long distance, the two lords climbed a high mountain named Pravarsana, upon which Lord Indra showers incessant rain. Somebody else was reading. You read there.
I was reading this.
Okay, sorry, I forgot.
So 10, apparently exhausted after fleeing a long distance, the two lords climbed a high mountain named Pravashan, upon which Lord Indra showers incessant rain. Although he knew they were hiding on the mountain, Jarasandha could find no trace of them. Well, therefore, O king, he placed firewood on all sides and set the mountain ablaze. Whoa. I feel he, with Jarasandha, could not find a trace of them. I feel this is a really attraction to know the truth, to find trace of them. So therefore, O king, he placed firewood on all sides and set the mountain ablaze. Wow. The two of them then suddenly jumped from the burning mountain, which was 11 yojanas high, and fell to the ground. I feel there's a lot of symbolism in here. I cannot grasp everything.
Yeah, don't worry, just read it.
Okay. Unseen by their opponent are his followers, O king. Those two most exalted Yadus returned to their city of Dwarka, which had the ocean as a protective moat. I don't know what it means.
Moat is it's like a water thing keeping people out.
Okay. Like, like around a castle.
Yeah, around the castle, same thing.
Okay. Jarasandha, moreover, mistakenly thought that Balram and Keshava had burned to death in the fire. Thus he withdrew his vast military
Yeah,
force.
the symbolism, like the moat. See, they went to Dwarka, the city, and the moat around it, surrounding it, is ignorance. See, it's the water of ignorance. So ignorance is keeping people out of the kingdom. So that's why the door is the truth, the door spoken by devotees. is the pathway. You know, like over the moat, they have a bridge. So the preaching of the devotee is the bridge over the moat. Otherwise, you fall in. The ignorance is everywhere. It's on. You know, you go in the moat, you're stuck in the moat. You can't get out. You got to go over the bridge. The devotee is the bridge. See, you know, the cross. The idea that symbolism of the cross is Jesus was the bridge. See, the medium. That's why you see that it says the guru is the vai medium for the Lord. You got to go through them to get to the Lord because they're the bridge over the moat of ignorance. Otherwise, trying to figure the Bhagavatama, this is the whole problem. The ISKCON and these devotees and these groups need shiksha. And proof is by their own energy, their own emanation, their own consciousness, which is known by those who have devotion, but not known to them. They're in the moat still. They can't, they have to go over the bridge, and that's shiksha. That's why Prabhupada said shiksha guru is more important than diksha. They haven't had sufficient shiksha. They only have shiksha on like Moses style, rules, regulations, varna, ashram, dharma. They ain't enough. That ain't Lord Chaitanya's mission. We're doing his mission. This is to bring those devotees to the next stage, whoever wants to go. But you got to go over the bridge, otherwise you're stuck in the moat. There's still contamination there. You got gurus who don't have ecstatic love of God. Sorry, you don't have the right understanding to bridge over to the kingdom. And this is more than Dwarka. You see, the Lord went to his kingdom. It was Dwarka or Vrindavan. See, there's a lot of ignorance keeping people from Vrindavan. Yeah. See, truth will set you free. It's always like that, isn't it? What did Jesus say? I have more truth to tell you, but you can't bear it. Well, here you go, man. Anybody still ready to bear it? Most Vaitis can't bear it yet. Most Christians can't bear it yet. Lord Caitanya is that truth.
Yeah. So I feel this is their train of thoughts and their engagement, and we have to cross. We have to cross it because this is our engagement and our path.
Ah, yeah, that's it. We've crossed. That's the cross.
Yeah,
We cross paths.
like crossing roads. Yes,
Crossroads. See, but you got to cross the road. How do you do that? Well, they have their consciousness and we have ours. See? And this maybe starts a bit of friction, but hey, it's necessary. You know, it's part of the if we don't cross roads, if Lord Chaitanya didn't make this cross, also cross paths with the Vaitis and everything, or whoever it was, if he didn't cross paths with people, they didn't change. They stay in their evolution, natural evolution. See, you need divine intervention.
yeah.
This is what we're doing is divine intervention.
The bridge is the higher path.
Yeah.
The bridge is the higher path.
Yeah.
To overcome the anarthas, the stream of the anarthas.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, go ahead, read on.
Okay. I continue again with 14. Jarasandha, moreover, mistakenly thought that Balaram and Keshava had burned to death in the fire. Thus he withdrew his vast military force and returned to the Magha kingdom. As ordered by Lord Brahma, Raivat, the opulent ruler of Anartha, there we go, that's like Anartha. The opulent ruler of Anartha gave Lord Balaram his daughter Ravaiti in marriage. So, as ordered by Lord Brahma, Ravaita, the opulent ruler of Anartha, gave Lord Balaram his daughter Ravati in marriage. This has already been discussed. O hero among the gurus, the Supreme Lord himself, Govinda, married Bhishmaka's daughter, Vaidarbhi, who was a direct expansion of the goddess of fortune. The Lord did by her desire. The Lord did this by her desire, and in the process he beat down Shalva and other kings who took Shishupala's side. Indeed, as everyone watched, Sri Krishna took Rukmini, just as Garuda boldly stole nectar from the demigods.
You see, this is 10th canto. 10th canto is the desire of the devotee. Krishna conquers. So this is the same, it's always the same principle. So if you have the desire, see, by the mercy of Krishna, you get Guru, and by the mercy of Guru, you get Krishna. That's the principle here. See, so when you get Guru, say you really desire, see, we're here with those who are drawn here, they want Krishna, and Krishna sends them here because this is where you're going to get Krishna. How do you know? Well, when you come here, you become attracted to chanting and hearing about the holy name and pastimes and qualities of Krishna. Krishna is doing it. It's Krishna's grace here is gotten here, and then Krishna kills the demons. This is the procedure. This is the formula. Otherwise, if you don't have that desire, see, it's by the desire of that devotee that she got Krishna to kill. See, if you got the desire, if you have that desire that you really want Krishna, that's the preaching here. And you're in some place, you're in the world, you're in this teacher and teaching, you're in Vaishnavism, you could be in Christianity, I don't know, Muslim, and you really want God, by your desire, he'll send you Guru first. Because to get out of this ignorance on your own or with teachers who are in ignorance still, then, it's going to take a long process and you're still not going to do it. Like the wives of the Brahmins, they went to the cowherd boys and they got love of God quickly. Otherwise, the Brahmins couldn't deliver it. They didn't have that quality. Just like now in ISKCON, I didn't see anybody who had the quality of love prema. You see anybody has? I mean, I'd like to know. Maybe there is. I don't know. Have you seen? I haven't seen. I haven't seen in Narayan Raj group or the Radhakund Babajis. Oh, some say, people say a lot of stuff, right? Oh, yeah, we have it. Still haven't seen it. What was the difference with Lord Chaitanya's group? You saw it. You saw Lord Caitanya, or some people saw and they didn't recognize, and they poo-pooed it, and they went and they criticized him and ridiculed him and laughed at him, right? But some people, at least they saw it, and some people saw it and took his association and got it. That same thing happens here. You see it; it's here. We show it every day, like nonchalantly now. Well, yeah, we just chant, and if Krishna, the wind picks up in the
He
sails.
kidnaps us. He really kidnaps us from that fight, out of the world, out of that fighty party.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's your desire. See, you have to be a Bhagavatam example. You have to have a desire for that Lord Krishna, but you don't get him directly like that. That was another time. But you see, you got him in a living form because he was there. So here, the way he works through the bona fide guru. If a devotee has Krishna, then through that devotee, he'll kill those demons and those obstacles and all of that. And
that's why they say if you ask for guru, Krishna will send you the right guru.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, and some people, they want it, but it's like I came because I wanted Krishna, but they gave me something else because there was no gurus that really had Krishna there, except I knew Prabhupada had. I knew he was in the books, but I was looking for some role model. But my guru in ISKCON didn't have them, nor did anybody else in ISKCON have that. Having Krishna means you have real prema, you have real devotion. Otherwise, you don't have the real Krishna. You don't have Krishna. You're still trying to attain Krishna. That's why they keep preaching and teaching the path of attaining Krishna. See? And it's hard. Here, we are also preaching the path of attaining Krishna, but it's easy. See? Why? Because we have easy attainment of Krishna. I mean, I still have to pick up my bead bag or in my mind or remember Krishna or his pastimes, but it's so easy. I just pick up my bead bag and chant, and often Krishna comes. I don't have to sit here and chant 1 lakh and still be, where's Krishna? Try again tomorrow. I did my 116 rounds. I feel like I did a good job. And it was work. Like you go and, you work 8 hours and you come back and you think, I did a good day's work. It was hard, right? You go out there working, in the factory or wherever you're doing, hard work. See? You come here, you guys, you want to make an easier time of spiritual advancement? Come here. And it'll become easier and easier and easier and easier until it's really easy. And then you just open your mouth and Krishna is there. He's your friend. He does everything. He purifies you, inspires you, gives you love. You love him. He loves you. You have a picnic with him. What else is there? You're free. See, you're sovereign citizen of the spiritual world. They have this sovereign citizen, free man stuff, right? You got to get all this paperwork, man. See, it's still paper. I was watching this. They're talking about how to become a free man, and all this. And it's always paperwork. The demons are trying to make you a slave, and the free men are trying to make you free in paperwork. It's all paperwork. The demons want paperwork, they get you to, and then the paperwork to be free man is paperwork. Why? Because it's still on the bodily level. I'm a free man. I don't need any paperwork. I don't need any degrees on the wall. All I need is my relationship with the Lord. Engage in that, have fun with the Lord. Play with the Lord, man. That's Vrindavan. The Lord's giving me that gift. He can give you that gift. You believe this preaching, you come here and associate. If you have the right motive, there's no reason that you won't be able to play with the Lord like Lalita does, and like I do, like Johan does, like others do, like River does. No reason. If you want that. I'll show you. This is the greatest realization of Krishna consciousness, is just to be Lord's friend and him to be your beloved. That's the greatest opulence in the whole universe. You come here, I'll show you it's the greatest opulence. Nobody can preach this stuff unless you have this relation. Nobody can teach the essence. Who else can look at these verses and tell you what they mean? Who can taste the nectar of these verses? Who can taste the realizations of these things? Only one who plays with Krishna. You want to play with Krishna? He's fun, man. He's a great friend. You'll never want to give him up. You always want to. Always, this friendship is great, man. Arjuna had such a relationship with Krishna. They would stand together, and everybody else, God, look at that. Arjuna is so in. Some that knew that Krishna was God, they were like, wow, this Arjuna, look how friendly he is with the Lord. Yeah, he had his arm on the shoulder of Krishna, Yeah, he's my friend. What do you think's going on here, man? He's my friend, Lord Caitanya. Becoming more and more friendly all the time. I like that. Developing a relationship that lasts forever, man. That's great, man. Yeah, you're not interested in that? Well, go out there to go learn from those who don't have the relationship, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Have at it, man. Spend many lifetimes there. Go follow their paths, trying to attain Krishna. And we'll just go and just be very friendly. We see this is a being. We're being it, man. They're trying to attain that. Yeah. We're just in the being a friend of Krishna. See? Being, he's being our beloved. See, we're in the being stage. You want to be in the being? Or you want to be a bean? Beanhead. Janardhan said, look at Janardhan, man. It's amazing. Where did he come from? Just out of the blue, out of nowhere, man. See, right? Why does he have the realization? No way, Jose, I'm staying here. Why is that? Why? Because he has the mercy. The mercy gives you the eyes. If you don't have the mercy, you'll think it's a great idea to stay away from here. See, that's called illusion. We got treasure here. We got, it's like, hey, people, we got the treasure, man. We have the treasure of love of Krishna, love of God. It's really true. And if you come here, you'll probably get it. If you have the right intention, you're assured to get it. If you're like Rukmini, you'll get it easier than she did. If you really want to marry the Lord, because we're here. You didn't know. Gohari is a marrier. I'm here to have don't you see my white collar here? I'm here to marry souls to the Lord. But you got to be married first to do that, right? We got a lot of married souls here. Look at River. She's married. Are you married to the Lord there, River? You ever going to give him up? Yeah, no more. Janardhan is. Lalita is. How about you, Tom? Are you married to the Lord yet?
I can only feel this protecting arm now.
Oh, it's great.
It's this only I can feel now. When you said this protecting arm, I was thinking of this picture, and when I put on the picture, I could feel this protective arm. It's the only thing I can feel now.
That's great. Yeah, Lord wants lots of friends, man. We're here to make a lot of friends for Krishna, and that's great, man. Yeah, look at big families expanding. Yeah, when Lord Caitanya started manifest love of Godhead, like it's manifesting here in the devotees, Advaita said, "Oh, this is fantastic." He said, "Now our family of Vaishnavas are going to increase." That's why it's increasing here. People are saying, man, hey, man, you can't hide the truth now. It's too obvious. People want to be happy. We just show them hey, man, true happiness is this friendship with the Lord. We got it and we give it. Easy peasy. You don't believe it? Well, stay on the hard road for a while. After a while, just keep looking over here. Just keep looking over here occasionally and see how it's getting stronger here. More juicy, more attractive. Brady says, I'm not gay. I want to marry Radharani. Well, some people are gay here and they want to marry Krishna. We got some gay people here. Gay, hetero, I don't care. Whoever wants to marry Krishna or Radha, just come here. We can handle both. Matter of fact, to marry Krishna, you have to have Radha. Amy's, I'm gay for Krishna. Yeah, Krishna makes me very gay. I'm very happy. Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Let's change the book a little bit here. Let's go to another one here. I'll have you read a little bit more, but in another book here. Let's see, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Madhya Lila. Chapter 6 and verse number... Oh, this is a long chapter here. Yeah, start reading from verse number... Well, actually, let Lalita read a little bit. Or who else we got here? Who wants to read between Lalita and River?
She can read, yeah.
Hand went up there. Okay. Okay, read from verse number... Yeah, verse number 153.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Maharaj. Can you hear me okay?
Perfectly.
153. The Supreme Personality of Godhead had three primary, I can't say, primary potencies, and are trying to prove that he has no potency. The Supreme Personality of Godhead.
No, wrong chapter.
What? Is that it's not chapter 6.
It's Ancha Lila.
Oh, yes, I've got the wrong one.
You said Madhya Lila.
You said Madhya
Oh,
Lila,
I
Maharaj.
did. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So you want me to go to Anchalila chapter 53?
No. Chapter 6, Ancha Lila.
Oh, chapter.
Verse number 153.
Okay. The meeting of Sri Caitanya and Raghunath Das Goswami. Okay. Okay. Sorry. With great humility, Raghunath Das placed 100 gold coins and about 2 tolas, is that what it is? Tolas of gold before Raghava Pandit for all the other devotees. After taking dust from the feet of Raghava Pandit, Raghunath Das returned to his home, feeling greatly obligated to Lord Nityananda Prabhu because of having received his merciful benediction. From that day on, he did not go into the interior section of the house. Instead, he would sleep on the Durga Mandapa. Is that how you say Mandapa? Yeah. The place where Mother Durga would work.
Yes.
Was
so
worship.
the mercy of Lord Nityananda was simply this in the previous verses. Is basically Raghunath couldn't get to Lord Caitanya directly, or he'd get to him and be thrown out. His parents would come and grab him and take him back home. And he couldn't get away from, so this is one of the obstacles, is family life. Especially in India, is very strong, even to this day, family is so strong, and it can be a hindrance. And so Raghunath Das couldn't get away. He would go, and they had all these guards, they go after him and bring him back, bring him back, bring him back. Then one day he got this idea, well, let me go to an associate of the Lord. And that was Nityananda. Let me go to Nityananda, and by his mercy, I'll be able to get this. And so he goes to Nityananda, and Nityananda says, oh, there's a thief here. You're trying to get to the Lord directly. It didn't work, did it? You're just like a thief, and that's what people do. They try to get to God directly. Or they go the wrong way. Some way they're misled. See? So he said, oh yeah, now, so he went and he served Nityananda. See, he served the devotees, he served Nityananda, and then Nityananda said, okay, now all your obstacles are gone. The Lord is going to make you an eternal associate of the Lord now. See, because you came here, you came to where a devotee has the Lord. It's always the same thing. That's why you come here. You'll get through the obstacles, otherwise not. Why? Because, even Lord Nityananda says, hey, you're like a thief. This is my Lord. You want to get to my Lord? You got to come through the door here. You come here. You want to get to Jesus as Lord? You go through the door. Yeah, you want to get to Gaurahari's Lord? You come through the door here. Otherwise, who's proven that they got a relationship with Lord Caitanya? And the proof is the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Otherwise, what kind of an associate of Lord Caitanya are you? Or you're not an expressive one. Why wouldn't you go to where that mercy is? Say people say they are associates of Lord Caitanya, or you think they are. Yeah, well, hey, man, are they expressive? Are they expressing that mercy of Lord Caitanya? Are they delivering you? Do you feel the symptoms of prem awakening in your heart? This attraction and attachment to the Lord. Are you getting Bhakti Lata Bij, which is strong transcendental attachment to the Lord and his name and his pastimes and the devotees and the preaching? You like to hang out? Are you coming here regularly or every day like some devotees come? Well, that's what we do here. That's what's available. You don't come through this door here, you don't get that. Why? We're authorized, and prove it. We're authorized distributors. We're not fakes. We're not faking people out. We're not fool's gold. The gold is here. See? So that's the bottom line, man. Do you want the treasure? We got the treasure, man. Girl, how dare you say you got the treasure? Well, we got the treasure. What, you don't see the treasure? Treasure's ecstatic devotion. Doesn't our scriptures glorify ecstatic devotion? Well, I don't see that. Well, because your gurus don't see it, man. You can't see it because they don't see it. They're Devananda Pundits at best. Austere, regulative, and all that, but they don't see it. How do you know? Well, they're not coming here. They're not saying, over in Gaurahari's place, over at Lord Chaitanya's grace place, there's all these devotees of ecstatic devotion. I didn't hear it coming from one devotee's mouth. I didn't hear it from one guru. I didn't hear Acharya Dev say that. I didn't hear Radhanath say that. I'm sure they're aware. Have I not shouted loud enough? Have I not called their names loud enough? You don't think they heard? This is the test. I want to see, what's going on here. I see what's going on. They're still an illusion because they don't come here. They don't recognize. Well, that means you don't recognize real bhakti. Real bhakti is here in this Sangha. Why? You don't believe it? Is this real bhakti, Lalita, this worship?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't believe it? Well, that means you don't get it. How are you going to get something you don't believe in? How can you get something you don't even desire? What are you guys desiring out there? What, a lot of followers or something? What's your treasure? Where's the treasure of your heart, as Jesus would say? What is your treasure? Is it love of God? Obviously not, because that's here and I don't see it over there. I don't see it in Radhanath. I see him playing a nice harmonica, but that's about it.
Where's
Nice
the treasures
jazzy
of your
tune.
heart that you share with others?
What?
Sorry. I was just saying what you said. It was really beautiful what you said, actually.
Yeah, just matter of fact stuff now. I just like to make comments on what's happening, man. Truth. After a while, think, God, maybe it's true over there. God, they're so assured of what they're talking about, huh? Yeah, let's get the harmonica player over here. We'll have him. He can play it for us. Play for the world. We're broadcasting. Yeah, I invite him. A lot of these old ISKCON geezers, they don't like him. He's Prabhupada. Hey, well, I don't care. I'm open. Acharya Dev, Prabhupada, anybody, Jai Pataka, I don't care. Come over here, play for him. Let's have a discussion about Krishna consciousness. Let's talk shop talk. Go ahead. Who was reading? Whoever that was.
Okay. Text 156. There, however, the watchman earlily. What does that word mean? Earlily kept guard, Maharaj.
What now? What?
It's Alertly. Early.
Oh, what verse are you on there?
156.
Alertly.
Alertly. Oh, there you go. Alertly kept guard. Raghunath Das was thinking of various means by which to escape their vigilance. At that time, all the devotees of Bengal were going to Jagannath Puri to see Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Raghunath Dasa could not accompany them, for they were so famous that he would have been caught immediately. Oh, yes.
This is the secret. You want to be famous? This is amazing, Simply by being a devotee of Lord Caitanya, automatic fame. People may not see it in the beginning for a while, but there's guaranteed. You come here, you'll become famous. You have to be. Why? Because the real relationship with Lord Caitanya is here. Look at, Gaura is an example. I'm famous. That's really true. I'm very famous amongst my friends. You've been listening long enough, right? Is Gaurahari a famous person to you? Do you feel, see, I got fame already. Well, a small group. Well, that's because you guys got purified. You're listening. You hear, you get the ecstasy, ecstatic worship. You can see who's really famous in this world, right? Why? Because of being a devotee of Lord Caitanya and his devotees. Real one. See, with real bhakti, you become naturally famous. Now, put that 550 years ago. The Lord, people started to recognize that Lord had real love of God. He was an incarnation of Lord. And his real followers, who were intimate associates, people could see them. Oh, wow, they're intimate associates. They started to understand the truth. Look, they became famous because they were intimate associates and they were still at a more of a distance. See, this is even happening here. You see those who are getting strong devotion, you can see, even if you maybe don't have so much, you see, wow, they're like fame. They're like rock stars to you. Yeah. I even feel, look at Lalita and Johan, they're like rock stars to me, man. They're rocking and rolling in Krishna, man. Famous, you become, why? Because when the Lord gives himself to you, he gives you his qualities. He's got what? All fame. You don't think devotees become famous? See, you become more famous than 1,000 of these gurus, even though they don't see it or the world doesn't see it. But if we keep preaching, what? The world gets purified, and then it'll, maybe, if we last long enough, people will see. And if they recognize who those who are really famous, that's your deliverance. That's you overcome the false ego. False ego is, who are those guys over there in that Sangha? Look, they're crying and all that. No, we're important people. See, that's the false ego. What is the real ego? Being a devotee. Oh, there's real devotion that's going on. Those are famous devotees because they're so intimate. Lalita and Johan, they're very famous devotees because look at how intimate they are with Lord Caitanya. I don't need Lord Caitanya to be physically present. I just see how she chants Lord Chaitanya's name and Radha and Krishna's name and pastimes. Wow, she's a famous devotee. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, I'm so fortunate to have her association. Oh, to get a disciple like Lalita or Johan. Oh my God. Kiss the ground, man. I'm lucky. I'll kiss their feet, no problem. See? Why? Because I know famous devotees have intimate, ecstatic relationship with the Lord. They do. Hey, man, thank you for that association. And how many, how many people have disciples like that? Famous devotees are my disciples. Look at River. She's a famous devotee. I don't care how mean she gets sometimes. Don't matter. She's a famous devotee. Look how much bhakti she has. Look how much faith in Guru she has. I'll kiss her feet too. I don't care her various moods. Yeah, okay. Brush that aside. Not everybody can brush it aside, but I can brush it aside,
Sorry.
See, this is it. People don't know. This is the illusion is so strong, man. That's why I make my comments. What did Jesus say? Truth will set you free. So I make the comments. They're true. It's true. Everything I say here, right? Why? It's in the book. You think Radhanath? See, if you think Radhanath is famous or any of these gurus famous, they're only famous if they're intimate associates of Lord Caitanya. And if they are, they'll have the symptoms of the ecstatic love of the family members. Do they? Have you seen? I haven't seen. Have you seen? Have you seen Acharya Dev's intimacy with the Lord, crying, laughing, all that stuff? I haven't seen. So I know I hate to break it to you. Well, I don't really hate. I'm happy. Maybe they're not really intimate. Maybe they're not really famous in the eyes of God and His real devotees. That's what the book kind of says, doesn't it? Ooh, I know I shouldn't have said that. Slipped out. Sorry. I'll try to hide it next time. Hide the truth, See how it is. You want to be famous. Hey, you gurus, you want to be really famous? Come here and become a real associate of Lord Caitanya. Then your fame as guru will be realized. Okay? And it'll go with you forever. Your glory will never be forgotten. Okay? Unfortunately, especially in India, they have all these gurus, they're gurus and teachers, and they make samadhis for them, but they're all forgotten if they're not real devotees. Look at Rupa Goswami. Who's forgotten his samadhi? If you don't have devotion, you won't be remembered. See? You'll be forgotten, everybody, because it's the Lord. The real truth is it's all the Lord. It's all the Lord. This is possessions. Everything belongs to the Lord. If you become one of those possessions of the Lord, you'll be remembered because the Lord likes to remember you. Why are we remembering Jesus? Why are we remembering Lord Caitanya and his devotees? Because they're worthy to be remembered, especially at this kind of stage, look at the happiness we get remembering these great devotees. If you don't have devotion, you won't remember or be remembered. Yeah, I mean, you'll go into forgetfulness. Yeah, even like if we don't make it out in this cycle, like when the Lord comes out, all the universes come out of the pores of the Lord. Some people don't make it in the whole expansion and retraction thing. They go back into the body of the Lord and then come out again. That's a long time. Anyway, whoever we meet, whoever comes is attracted, you'll be remembered, you'll become famous, and you won't even, it's like, it becomes like, it just comes with it. You don't even care for it's like people start to recognize you, and that's the symptom, is you don't care that you're famous. I'm becoming famous in this group, okay? In the sense amongst my disciples who get purified. What I do care about is, you're recognizing that the glories of devotion, and one of them is the fame of a devotee. If you can recognize that, that is good for you. That's good for me to recognize that. I recognize fame. I recognize my disciples who have devotion. This is good for me to recognize. See, everything. People don't know what is pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is, it's better to better to give to receive. Well, something like that. That's kind of mode of goodness still. I can't think of an example of this right now. Yeah. But anyway, the bottom line is, it's better to recognize it, to recognize the truth, because the happiness is in recognition. See? And then you're not thinking about your own glories. You're thinking about the glories of recognition, the glories of praising what is true and what is eternal. That's the taste. Praising the Lord's name with taste. You're not thinking about, wow, I'm really glorious, That's only for people who are still in illusion. They desire to be glorious. They desire to be big or important. See, that's the false ego. See, the devotees, they get this transcendental happiness, which is the desire to recognize, the desire to glorify the truth. There's a taste in that. That's immortal, eternal. Go ahead.
They have a wrong focus, and that's why they don't get there.
What?
They have a wrong focus, and that's why the relationship is not working. It's not gluing, because they have a wrong focus.
Yeah. You got to have the focus. What are you focused on? If you come here, you'll be focused on the truth. You're focused on the truth, and you get purified very fast. See, because we're always focusing everybody on the truth. My happiness is to focus on the truth. Yeah. To relish the truth, to taste the truth. And that's how it's done. And so you come here, we'll just refocus you on the truth, and then you get purified very fast. Instead of slow, you're focused on speculation. You got to meet the door. The door is the real associate of Lord Caitanya. If you're in our line, they're the door. They've always been the door. You got to find a person who has an intimate relationship with the Lord. That's guru. There's no other guru. Otherwise, you're just playing and speculating every time. A long process, many lifetimes. Or at least you're not making it in this cycle. You're going to die and then get hopefully another chance. Who knows when? Well, right now it's here, and we're preaching. We're showing and we're telling. It's all show and tell, man. That's Vrindavan. It's like little children getting together, showing and telling. Showing you the truth, showing the ecstatic worship, showing how wonderful it is, and glorifying it, right? Yeah, ecstatic devotion, get it here. It's truth. We're real. We're real here. The real devotees are here. Real association is here. Real ecstasy is here. The path is here. Everything is here. The real line is here. What more do you want to know? What more reality do you want to know? We show you and tell you. There, they don't show you and they don't tell you. They tell you something else because they speculate on the path. They don't tell you the path. The best you made, they'll tell you the path, but they don't show you the path. They tell you, and there's still some speculation in there, because if you really tell somebody, then you know. See, and you tell what you know, and then people get delivered. Who want this? You want deliverance out there? I don't care, guru or their follower. You're both blind if you don't have this, if you don't hear this, if you don't see this, if you don't relish this, if you don't praise and say, blessed are those who come in the true name of the Lord, the ecstatic name of the Lord. Isn't that what Jesus said? I'm not coming back to Jerusalem till you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. That was Jesus. That was his real followers. They came in the real name of the Lord. The real name is only known by the ecstatic devotees who worship the Lord with prema, loving ecstasy. See, the true name, the true conception, as it is. See, as it is, beyond Vaidhi Bhakti now. Spontaneous devotional service. The path to it, the quick way. And also you are like a parent in the sense that you're seeing your child's genuine happiness. Yeah, absolutely. That's my happiness, is your happiness. Just like God is. His happiness is his devotee's happiness. And his devotee's happiness is the Lord's happiness. Literally. See, that's self-realization. Oh, that's way beyond Eckhart Tolle. And it's free. Isn't that amazing? The Eckhart's charging big bucks, man, to go to his seminars, and all you get is Mayavad. You come here for free, you get all of this. But if you want to leave a donation, you know, rent is coming up, you know, and there it is. Here's the caption. Is that the caption? Wise. Yeah, Wise is the only option. Wise and Bitcoin. Preferably Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. So for free, though, you don't have to. But if you want to, I'm open. Why not, man? It's win-win, win-win. Go ahead, read on there.
Okay. Okay, I think it's, oh yes, 157. At that time, all the devotees of Bengal were going to Jagannath Puri to see Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. All right, we've read that one. Okay, I know which one we're on. Thus, Raghunath Das thought deeply how to escape. And one night while he was sleeping on the Durga Mandapa, the priest, Yadunadana Acharya, entered the house when only 4 dandas remained until the end of the night.
Can you imagine Lord Caitanya was here, and so the devotees who had real bhakti would go and see him. It's like, wow, man, God is here on this planet. See, they had the realization because they were devotees. See, that's always like, even when you find, can you imagine if Prabhupada was here? If you were a real devotee of Prabhupada, you'd want to go and see him, right? You'd want to connect with him somehow, right? Naturally. We know he's an important person. Many people began to know that. They were happy just to hear of his activities, to hear that he was on the planet, or to tune into him somehow. See, back then, Lord Caitanya was here. They didn't have any way to do it except by physically going there and seeing or hearing news about him. Yeah. So that's a sign of self-realization, is like when something special is on the planet, and that's the Lord and his devotees. When they're here on this planet, that's a special time. And not to turn on the camera, that means you're just more or less a non-devotee. You don't know the value of devotion. And we're here to preach that, to teach the value of devotion, so that hey man, it's time. You see Amy? You see people coming here. Amy, I think, even gets up really early now just to be here. See, that's intelligence. Krishna given her intelligence. You know, Tom shows up regularly, right? A lot of Lalita, River. See, this is intelligent. That means it's a symptom of the Lord giving you the intelligence and experience and devotion to know how important it is, how valuable it is. But the world, it basically doesn't know this. So this is Sadhu Sangha, this is preaching. This is great. We can taste the nectar of these verses, and there people come live, and they're recorded, and people can watch and learn about true reality. That's all we do here is reality, distinguished from illusion. Yeah, I mean, you know, some people are ready. I mean, I wish somebody was preaching this when I came to Krishna consciousness, but nobody was. They said, this is the only way you come. You come through Varnashram Dharma. I didn't worship the Lord because I was attracted to Varnashram Dharma or attracted to regulative ceremonies. I came immediately because I felt, first of all, started with Jesus, that he knew God. And then because Prabhupada knew God, I came because I was attracted to be around somebody who knew God. I wanted to be close to that person. I wanted to hear from that person. And then what happens? The change up. I go to the temple and they go, hear from people who don't really know God. So anyway, I learned my lesson. I learned now. Now I preach the real thing, the right thing. You know, I got the books. I got the order of Prabhupada. You know, it's here now. See? So now, you know, I made it through the little maze. And now we're here to deliver people here. People are getting delivered and you're delivering others. You become part of the family. Why? How can you get out of this if you don't recognize ecstatic devotees and these kinds of teachings? How are you going to get out of this illusion? Your gurus can't help you if they don't know what we know, if they don't preach what we know. Because what we know is what Prabhupada knew and kept for himself. What we know is what Bhaktivinoda knew and kept for himself. What we know is what Bhaktisiddhanta knew and kept for himself. Well, I'm not here to keep it for myself now. Been ordered to give it out. Okay? And by giving it out, people get delivered and liberated and become part of the family. Truth will set you free, and it has set many people free already. Go ahead there, River, read on.
Yadunandacharya was the priest and spiritual master of Raghunath Das. Although born in a Brahmana family, he had accepted the mercy of Vasudev Datta. Yadunanda Acharya had been officially initiated.
See how the difference is? He was born in a Brahmin family, but he accepted the mercy of Vasudev Dutt, who was more of a Sudra. I think he was a Sudra, but say he was, or anyway, the mercy came through Vasudev Dutt. So he accepted the mercy. This is the real path, is accepting the mercy of a devotee, an ecstatic devotee, more than a Brahmin, more than being born in a Brahmin family, more than being made a Brahmin. Who's ready to accept the mercy of a devotee who has an intimate, ecstatic relationship with Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna? Well, Raghunath Das was, therefore he can make it all the way to Lord Caitanya. That's how you do it. You have to become more than a Brahmin, and the only way to do that is how, Tom? Association, 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 and accepting the mercy of an ecstatic devotee, and that is conclusive truth. That is more than learning about being the Varnashram Dharma follower, or a Brahmin follower, or a Brahmin worshiper, or a ceremonial worshiper. It's conclusive, intimate truths.
Yeah. It's a bodily thinking. It's materially thinking, actually, to think I come from a brahmachari family. So,
Yeah.
so your body came out the body of your father doesn't have anything to do with your transcendental development.
Yeah, and you may have a father that made you a Brahmin, like a father. You don't have to be born seminally. This was Bhaktisiddhanta. He made Brahmins. Prabhupada made Brahmins. And many of the Brahmins didn't accept it. They look seminal. So many of those Brahmins that Prabhupada made now, you can go deeper here now, because you got to learn these subtle teachings of Lord Caitanya that I'm just commenting on right now. You have to accept the mercy of a true Vaishnava who has a true, intimate, ecstatic relationship with Lord Caitanya. Otherwise, you're not following the path that Lord Caitanya and his devotees taught yet. You don't understand it. See? Therefore, you won't get this direct relationship in this cycle. You have to follow the path. Lord Caitanya taught the same thing by his own example. He came to accept the path of ecstatic love by example. He did that by accepting the path through his ecstatic guru, Ishvara Puri, who accepted the path of ecstatic devotion from his guru. They didn't teach Vaidhi. They taught the spontaneous devotional path. All the way even to Lord Caitanya, who taught the spontaneous path. So Lord Caitanya came to accept the path of spontaneous devotional service through the mercy of Ishvara Puri, so he could chant in ecstasy. You guys are accepting the path of ecstatic devotion coming in this line here. How do you know it's real? Well, look at you guys. You got what not even 100 of these gurus have. You can go amongst 1,000 gurus made in ISKCON, you won't find one that has the ecstasy like some of the devotees here have, or many of the devotees have. Not even one. Why? Because we're following the real intimate path, the real truth, postgraduate teaching, and teaching postgraduate teaching, and giving people honorary degrees into these lessons. Oh, you're not postgraduate yet? You're not ready? Oh, just come here and we'll make you ready. Our Lord will make you ready.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking of Prahlad Maharaj, that he was even so powerful he could stand the demonic energy of his father. So he must have had the previous connection to Guru, even in the womb. I feel he was meditating, and he got this Guru energy from this Guru energy.
Well, he got the mercy of the guru. See, it's always the bona fide guru. he got the mercy of Narada Muni, who's an ecstatic
That's
devotee.
one.
And therefore he became a devotee. He also had the ecstatic symptoms like Narada Muni because he accepted the teachings of Narada Muni, which were more confidential than Vaidhi Bhakti. See, Vaidhi Bhaktas usually don't accept ecstatic devotion. So you need deeper teachings, right? So when they're ready to accept the teachings of Chaitanya Lila, which we preach, we're here to preach, then they can move deeper. Otherwise, it comes by accepting the deeper path. They accepted Vaidhi Bhakti from Prabhupada or Prabhupada's disciples. Now, the next phase for those who are ready have to accept the path of ecstatic devotion that we're preaching. I mean, what else are we preaching here? Are we preaching ceremonial worship of Krishna?
Wow.
Yeah. So give us a word. I think we're going to stop soon here. Who wants to give us a word first?
I just read what Freddie says. The real line is like the best wine. It makes you drunk on God. And that's actually the proof. That's really the proof. If you receive his trance, you know, this guru, the one I associate with now, what I experienced after 5 videos. What's happening here? What's happening here? What is he giving me? He's making me as drunk as I never experienced before. Things are happening, miracles are happening. Holy saints start to talk to me. I get revelations, messages, and it never stopped going on like this. Understanding what this guru is saying, not understanding English, but sitting there, watching all those videos, also getting up in the middle of the night to hear the vibrations, not knowing what you were saying. I even couldn't find translations because how do you translate it? I couldn't work on a computer properly. But, you know, this is the magnet. Is that the right word?
Yeah,
Magnet?
yeah.
You're attracted. It's God that attracts me, but this guru brings me to God. That's what you're doing. So yeah, of course you've got the order. If you did not have the order, this was not happening with all of us. I wouldn't be here. It's 5 years later. I'm still here. Of course, the English is better. But still, you know, still like today, I hardly understood what has been read. Here and there, a piece of a sentence. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It grows because that's the order. You're giving prem and you're taking us out of the darkness of ignorance. It's transcendental happening. It's a transcendental action that's happening here. It doesn't have to do with material language even. It's that powerful. Look at Lalita Madhava.
Yeah, he's really progressing, man.
And he's deaf, Guru Maharaj. Not
Yeah.
only doesn't understand English, he speaks a bit, but he doesn't understand.
Yeah,
But he's deaf even.
yeah.
So this is really, really, really the order. And this is the line. You are the follower of the next Acharya. You're the Acharya of today.
Well, you see, you can only know these things because you've been around. See, that's
Yeah.
the idea. Yeah.
And because it works.
It works. Yeah. If it wasn't real, it wouldn't work. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. People like for a rebuttal, like people say, "Oh, Gohari, there's only one acharya, it's Prabhupada. What is this? See, that's not in real logic or intelligence.
There is a
No,
line.
that's not in deep thinking. Deep thinking, you should look at Gohari or anybody else. Are they an acharya? Well, what does the book say? Advaita was considered acharya because he preached the cult of devotion. He was an acharya because he was preached the cult of devotion. So, is that going on here? Is Gaur Das preaching the cult of devotion? Or is he just talking about it even? You know how many people preaching the cult of devotion in the Raghunuga Sanghas? Narayan Raj was preaching the cult of devotion. Was he authorized? Well, I don't know. I didn't see him demonstrating. See, preaching the cult of devotion means not just words, not just Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Hey, man, we're preaching or being a professor of devotion or an acharya. See, acharya of, if I'm saying I'm a Raghunuga spontaneous devotee and I'm preaching that with my mouth, well, who's getting it? I didn't see one person I could say got that mercy from him. Not even in the Radhakund Babajis, not even one. Oh, they say and they infer, and they had one guy in a Radhakund Babaji sitting on a high throne and speaking Chaitanya Bhagavan, everybody waving the chamra on him, and he's sitting on a palanquin, and being worshipped like this, the greatest devotee of one like this. But I didn't see no transmission and nothing coming from the person other than the words. Maybe a tear, maybe, I don't know. But it looked to me like falsy, like I was really I'm so, I'm a great scholar, See, bottom line is people should analyze, is Gaur Haridas an acharya and what? I mean, just from a logical, intelligent perspective. Does he preach, like the book says, does he preach the science of Krishna consciousness and the way people get it and learn the science? Or is he making devotees with actual devotion? Are they getting ecstatic love? See, and that's then it's not just, well, no, Prabhupada is the only. What a kind of intelligence is that? Prabhupada is the only. It's like a stupid parrot that has no intelligence and no logic. No, just ask the Gaur. No, is Gaur Haridas an acharya or what? Is he preaching real bhakti where people are getting it? Is he a touchstone and people are getting ecstatic love? Well, it looks like that's going on here. So I guess acharya is appropriate. If it wasn't, I'm questioning myself right now. Is this Gaur Hari being used by Lord Caitanya to give ecstatic devotion, to preach the mission that Acharya preached and Nityananda preached, to deliver ecstasy to people? Well, that's going on here. I guess the Acharya is here, huh? From a logical point of view. Otherwise, if I didn't answer my own question, if I answered it like, no, that's not happening here. No, these people that are coming here not getting devotion, I would say logically from impartial point of view, Gaur is not an acharya, but he is an acharya because look at Lalita, look at their testimony, look at River, look at so many devotees. They're getting real devotion, real bhakti. How about you, gurus? Is there anybody honest amongst you to ask the same question of yourself? Is anybody there a real acharya? Are you a real spiritual master? Are you really delivering your disciples like in real time, really, reality? Are they getting devotion? Devotion is your only deliverance in the Hare Krishna movement. You got to have real pure love of God to be delivered. Yes or no? No, something else. Well, that's all it is something else other than real bhakti and real preaching and the real deed of delivering others, authorized by the Lord. People get devotion here. So there is acharya here. And if you have some other standard, well, that's all illusion, man. I used the book. I use the examples of real sadhus who are being delivered. I mean, so what? After a while, you guys are going to see the elephant in the room, man. How can you not? You'd have to. What kind of guru are you? What kind of guru are you who can't see the friggin' elephant? You are one blind person. If you can't see real acharya here, real devotion here, real bhakti here, real authorization of Prabhupada, and the real disciplic succession, the real blessing of Lord Caitanya, the real blessing of Radha and Krishna, all here in this Sangha, and strong and getting stronger every day. You are really an illusion, and we're going to do something about it. And are doing something about it. Go ahead there, Lolita. What? No? River. That's the yogi. Something from the yogi.
Everything that Lolita just said. I have a question, if I can ask it. It is to do with this. Can I ask this question, Maharaj?
Only you can only ask if you don't ask permission.
It's regarding Meena. I remember her talking about seeing four-armed forms a lot. She used to talk about she'd been at the temple or she'd been somewhere, and she could see she saw people, but then she saw their four-armed forms. She saw their form. Was she just imagining that? She wasn't really seeing that, because you only
How do you
see
know
that.
I don't want to
He
even.
was talking about it a few times.
I don't even want to. The thing is, the bottom line is, the main thing is where are the people? What do they have faith in? Whether she saw, I don't know. But that's what maybe that's what she's getting, is the four-arm form, is the external worship. I don't know. Did she see or didn't see? People say so many things. Like one of the devotees here, his guru said, I saw a Christian, everything, and ended up doing all kinds of weird shit, and it's not even in our line anymore. I mean, so many people say so many things. Who knows? But the bottom line, let's look at the deeds.
Yeah.
Let's look where people are at. Where is she at? What is she preaching? What is is it different than this? Does she have faith in this? I don't know. Maybe I heard she's watching some of our classes. That's good. It's not easy to understand what we're doing. It takes purification. Not everybody can take it all at once. They have to take a break. Sometimes.
I know she has been very, very ecstatic, but I don't know how it is now.
Yeah, maybe she'll, I heard she's feeling open. Janaki said she's feeling open to watching. Yeah, you see, people, they just have to follow their course, whatever that is. And he's still preaching. We preach this and show this, and those who are coming, it's great. I mean, hey man, it's worth it to me. Everything, as much of a fool as I made myself by preaching these things, it is so worth it already. It is so worth it. I mean, look at people getting delivered and happy and all of that. That's my happiness, is to see so much beauty manifesting here. So many happy devotees. Yeah. So it's so worth it to get a few tomatoes and not to be listened to for 20 years. It's so worth it. And now, I can give nice classes, and express Krishna's truths here, to my heart's content, see, I got the order without restriction. The same order Nityananda got from Lord Caitanya. Mine came through Prabhupada. It's the same. the authorization without restriction, manifest the highest truth on this planet. Look at the results already, and we're just getting going, huh?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Go ahead, Tom.
Can the souls who already left this body, can they still come in line? If they left their body, can they still come in this line, or do you need association?
Obviously, like when Lord Caitanya was here, the demigods came in the unseen too. Some came in bodies, and some in the unseen, and they benefited. So yeah, I mean, it just depends on what the Lord does here. Anybody can see the demigods. Yeah, actually, yes. You know the way the demigods get it. It's like Lord Brahma. He revealed it in the Bhagavatam. Brahma said the actual devotees who have this intimate relationship with Krishna and Radha, the Vrindavan residents, are very fortunate because they have direct relationship with the Lord. But we are also very fortunate because we can drink from the vessels of these devotees this relationship. And it's the same thing here. You're doing the same thing that Brahma is doing, because when you have a real devotee here, Krishna is here. Wherever a devotee is, Krishna is. And wherever Krishna is, the devotee is. So we're here on the planet here. And so you drink through the devotee's relationship and you feel it. That's why you see a lot of people, they like the devotee communing with God. And they're a vessel so that you can drink through their senses. And that's how you delivered. And then you develop that ability. You know, the Lord marries you, and then you also have that. And then you're that for others also. We're already getting that going. People here have made that progress, got purified by being with a real guru here. And then they're that for others now too. Already. Pretty fast work here.
I remember you said when someone realized it is realized, then 21 generation ahead and past, they already left their body, but they also come in line.
Go ahead, Lalita.
Well, I've told you a few times that I had the vision of my parents, that they became holy. They were not nice people, not at all, demons actually, and they became holy. I've seen the vision.
There you go.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
I saw even my brother in this life. He liked what I did after a while. I got purified. And he, even in this life, in this body, he would cry. He was very proud of what I did. He even said, I'm really proud of you. You know, and that shows you accepting. You don't think that goes a long way with God? You know?
You could see it at the end of his life
Yeah.
when he came in class on his comments.
Yeah.
Very moving, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, of course it works, you know, and yeah, it's amazing, the whole thing. I think I got to go here. I got to stop talking for a bit. And I got up early again. I think maybe I'll take a few Z's here. Oh yeah, Lalita didn't give her class. It's her turn now.
I will eat a little bit because
Of course.
the body needs to eat.
Of course. Yes, the devotee needs to eat. They need their food. Man, this fasting is great, man. I don't like this once a day food, man. Just leave the body at rest. Man, this is really working out. I feel so much better, man. So much more energy. Yeah, I mean, the energy is really kind of like I have to walk now. I feel like I gotta, you know, like it's almost like unstored energy that was suppressed is coming, you know, like bodily energy is great, man. You know, use it for like exercise, you know, running, walking down the road. Yeah. It's good dancing.
Walking is very, very good.
Yeah, walking. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's good for me. I like the one meal a day works good. Okay, so let's see, Fanny song, and we'll go.
It's my lyrics of this song.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is stay to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo.